What is up, everybody? This is your boy AJ Trip, and this is another game according to me. So, for those of y'all who don't know, I don't know if I may have said this to you guys, but maybe I did, maybe I didn't. But really quick, let me go back over it. So, what I'm gonna do for 2018, because I didn't do what I thought I would wanted to do in 2017 with this podcast, but what I'm gonna do in 2018 is at the end of the month, I'm going to look back on the month in sports, and I'm going to review it, in my eyes, what went down and things like that. Talk about the stuff that happened in sports and everything like that. And I'm going to do it at the end of every month. Now, there might be times when I might, something big happens, I might do a podcast about it, or I might talk about it or something like that. So, but yeah, this is how it's going to be. Basically from hopefully the rest of this year. Um, so here we are. This year, let's talk about the game recording meet. Let's talk about January of 2018, right? So we start off the month with basically the NFL playoffs. This is basically the biggest thing that happened this month, and definitely some interesting things. We started off. We had the Kansas City Chiefs had that big lead, and they lost it to Tennessee. Jacksonville kind of in Buffalo in a slugfest, and then we had some other things too. I think we had New Orleans beat Carolina that week, and a wild card weekend, and we also had Atlanta kind of beat up on the Rams. The Rams kind of shocking because the Rams played pretty well this year, so we thought maybe. But this is the Falcons are they're a young team. The Rams are, and so they need to learn this, and but they will be back. I believe. I don't think this was a one hit wonder. I think they'll be back next year too, and they'll be fighting for that division as well, and for wild card spots and everything like that. And I think Atlanta did some good as well. So then we went into the next week, and then the divisional playoffs, and that was the crazy one because we had the Pittsburgh Jacksonville game where Jacksonville upset Pittsburgh, and then we also had the game. The Patriots blew out the Titans, and the Eagles slipped by the Falcons. But it was all about that Saints Vikings game, wasn't it? It was all about that Saints Vikings game. And that last play, Stephon Diggs. I don't know what the young man Marcus Williams, I think is his name. He was doing. I'm guessing what he was doing was that he didn't want to pass interfere. He knew he was going to be early, and instead of stopping and waiting for him to catch it and then try to tackle him in bounds, he you know decided to step by him, and by doing that, he hit his own teammate. Diggs caught it, stayed in bounds, and ran in for a touchdown. It's one of the greatest plays in NFL history. It's going to go down as one of the greatest play in postseason history. It's amazing. It's going to be for years to come. It's going to be all about that. So that was very cool. And then of course we had the championship games a couple weeks ago. We had um, the Patriots. The Jacksonville Jaguars had a lead, but the Patriots came back. A lot of people were saying that the Jaguars were too they were too conservative, but I don't see it because the Jacksonville Jaguars, for me they passed it too much in that second half. They had 14 passes to 10 runs, and guess what? In the Super Bowl, the Atlanta Falcons had 14 passes and 10 runs in the second half. So to me, and I understand that the New England Patriots, they were stopping the run, but at some point something was going to happen. And also, I think another thing they did was they didn't go back to Corey Grant. Corey Grant made some big plays in the first half, and they didn't go back to him for swing passes or screen passes or anything like that. So a lot of people were sitting there saying that it was Jacksonville was being too conservative. I think no, I think they played it right. I think I think they played it wrong. They weren't conservative enough. 14 passes, you can't go there. And then Tom Brady got it, unfortunately. Tom Brady's going to be back to the Super Bowl. So that's that. And then of course the NFC, Minnesota Vikings weren't even in it. It was just all Philadelphia, and now the Super Bowl, which is coming up. This is coming Sunday. We got Philadelphia and we got New England. And I am rooting for the Eagles. I want the Eagles to win because obviously I don't want the Patriots to win, and I don't want everybody to keep continue on with this greatest Tom Brady ever bullshit. But it's gonna happen anyway, unfortunately, and they're all gonna be wrong. That's okay. I'm right, So Peyton Manning's greatest quarterback of all time, as a point blank period. End of discussion. Obviously, right here on my podcast on YouTube. So it's gonna be up there, so you can go make sure you go ahead and check that out. That video. But yeah, it was just I just whatever. So um, we also had some interesting things. All right, not a lot of baseball stuff going on. No, we did have yeah, I think earlier this month we did have a trade. We had a trade from the what's the name, the Pittsburgh Pirates. They traded their center fielder Andrew McCutcheon. But really, other than that, there really hasn't anything been going down. So, the people here in the radio in Chicago has been calling it the cold stove, and it has been kind of a cold stove. And I think some people think it might be collusion, but I think the bigger thing is that they're waiting. Everybody wants to have money for next year, when with Bryce Harper, Manny Machado, and many others are going to be on the block. Going to be free agents, so they want to make sure they have a lot of money for that. So I think that's what's went down. Nobody cares about hockey, so I'm not going to talk about that. And basketball, most recently, we just had the Clippers make a traded Blake Griffin to the Pistons. And if you search, on Google or on Twitter or anything like that, just search for like the Bleacher Report, not safe for work black dudes, and it's I'm sure the tweet would come up or the page would come up where they compile all of the tweets that black guys were saying about the the trade. So you might enjoy that. Um, yeah, and then we also had you talking about wrestling. Last Monday was Raw 25, and a lot of people were panning it. They just didn't understand it. They didn't like it. They didn't think they thought it was just kind of crap. But really, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for the most part. I thought it was a good trip down nostalgia. It's great to see some of the old, especially the older ladies. No, I shouldn't say older ladies, but some of the past ladies like Tori Wilson and Kelly Kelly and other things. And then we saw them in the first ever women's Royal Rumble match this a couple days ago Sunday at the Royal Rumble, and that was great. And you guys know me with my wrestling stuff. I've been talking about a women's Royal Rumble since they brought up the women. I thought it was going to happen that first year. I guess that would have been 2016. It would have been 2016. No, it might have been 2017. Was actually the way when it happened. It would have been 2017. But yeah, I was certain that it was going to be like that. Or no. Yeah, that was 2016. That was 2016. Then 2017 last year was the shakedown shakeup. So 2016 was the first year of the draft, and then 2017 was the shakedown shakeup, superstar shakeup, whatever you want to call it. So that was I thought it was gonna happen in 2016, and the fact that it took 2 years to get to it's kind of crazy because they had a Money in the Bank and they've had a Hell in a Cell, so they had a Rumble. Now they're gonna have first ever women's elimination chamber match, which is good. So I think this is all good, and these women can do these matches. So although it did kind of funny, I saw a lot of times during the women's Royal Rumble match that when they try to get thrown over the top rope, they just kind of almost had to jump from they just couldn't go up to the top rope and get over. They had to stand on the first rope and then kind of spring themselves over. So I kind of thought that was interesting. So, but yeah, that was it. And then of course at the end of the match, right, we had Ronda Rousey come out. Rowdy Ronda Rousey came out and she pointed to the sign a couple of times in a very strange. It was kind of weird because she was kind of crazy, right? Because she was up there smiling and then pointing to the sign with a mean face, smiling, Pointing to the sun with a mean face. So I don't know what it's talking about. And everybody, there's a lot of rumors on the internet saying that what's going to happen is that she and a tag partner are going to face Triple H and Stephanie McMahon in a mixed tag match. So that would be interesting to see. I think there are four people who are obviously around. Obviously available for these things. You're gonna have Kurt Angle. And, they were setting up Kurt Angle and Super H with the whole Jason Jordan stuff in the Survivor Series, so that could happen. It could be The Rock. Now The Rock, he's obviously doing a lot of movies and off doing other things, but he could fly in for one night and have that match and then be gone. There's another one. There's this thing. There's Batista. Now, here's the thing about Batista. Because there were rumors that he's coming back. He's coming back full time. He's gonna come back full time. He's gonna come back, and then he's gonna leave because he has to do Guardians of the Galaxy 3. But they are wrapping up Avengers 4. They already have wrapped it up, something like that. So, but they may do reshoots, but whatever it is, he's gonna do Guardians of the Galaxy 4, and then I think he's gonna come back to WWE full time. That was another rumor that was online. So I think he is an option, and then I also think there is someone like the Big Show, or there's someone there's like Conor McGregor. There's a lot of things there's a lot of things, so we don't know. And the thing is that if they don't announce it, if it's just a surprise going into WrestleMania, then I think that would be awesome. And it still could be Kurt Angle or anybody else. I think Kurt Angle right now is leading the clubhouse, but it would be interesting to see how they go about it. I think it really would be. So that's going to be interesting. Ronda Rousey's and now in the WWE, and she's doing this full time. This is not a one hit wonder thing. This is not a cash grab or a scoot and scuff. Nothing like that. She is going to be there as a division. So, and it's already like saw something on Twitter already about Sasha Banks and talking about Ronda Rousey. She said she had nothing to she had nothing nice to say, so she's not going to say anything at all. But it's the thing, people can say the same thing about her, right? Because she's had, there are a lot of things where there's like she's just you meet her, out of character. She is just not out of character, but out of anything. She's just not she's not a warm person to go up to or anything like that. And I understand that because most is probably guys and things like that, and guys will be they're trying to hit on her or something like that. But still, whatever. Anyway, 90 seconds left. Let's go ahead. Let's quickly talk about the Royal Rumble match. I have my thing up on my YouTube channel, my rapid reaction. You make sure you go over to A20, subscribe, and then find my Royal Rumble rapid reaction, along with NXT Takeover rapid reaction. Then you can find out my thoughts on all of the matches and things like that. I would just say this: I am almost about done with them doing the whole trolling thing with Roman Reigns, something like that. We know he's your guy. We know that's the guy that you want him. You want to be the next guy. Just go ahead and do it. Don't if Shinsuke Nakamura was gonna win, then they should have had thrown out Roman before, and it should have been Finn Balor and Shinsuke Nakamura. But don't do that with Roman Reigns. That's just stupid. I can't stand that. Something like that. I don't know if that's still like if he's still being punished for the Adderall test or whatever. But it's a stupid thing for them to do. So I'm just tired about that. So 30 seconds left. I think pretty much that's it. Next month we're gonna talk about the Super Bowl. We're gonna talk about some WWE pay-per-views, some other things that are gonna go down the All-Star game as well, and a lot of other stuff is gonna happen in the month of February. So make sure you guys subscribe here on Spreaker to my show. Subscribe to A20 on YouTube, A20 Gaming on YouTube, also for you like video games, also on Twitch, A20 as well. Thank you guys for listening. As always, be good to each other, y'all, and I am out.